I genuinely offered my 26-year-old son $100 to read this book because I thought it would help him. Actually, it was £100 because we're here in the UK, which is roughly $125. Although he said no, do you know what else the little sod said? I'll tell you at the end of this video. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm pivoting from what I normally like to yak on about. You see, I read a book not long ago which I wish I'd read years ago because I truly believe everyone who's got any ambition or desire to break out of average and lead a better life should read, especially if you're under 40. Now don't get me wrong, if you're over 40, this book can still make a massive difference to how you think and to your success. After all, I'm way over 40, pushing, well, I won't say, but it had a huge effect on me. But the reason I feel it's so especially relevant to younger people will become really clear in this video. I even offered my son £100 to read it because I'm here in the UK, which is roughly about $140 for our American friends, and he still said no. Now, obviously, I can't force him to read it, and bribery obviously didn't work, but that doesn't mean you should miss out on what I believe is one of the most exciting ideas about the business mindset that I've ever come across. To be honest, these are things I've always known about, but to have it put into perspective and the clarity of the principles in this book was really profound. In fact, if I remember rightly, it might have even been what made me start this YouTube channel in the first place. Again, you'll see why in a moment. Okay, so what is the book I'm talking about? Well, basically, today I'm talking about The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. If you've read it already, great. Hope you enjoyed it. But if you haven't, it's a must read if you want to change your life because it turns traditional financial advice on its head and talks about a completely different path that's far more exciting. If you're tired of the work, save, retire at 65 narrative, this video is definitely for you. Let's get started. In The Millionaire Fastlane, MJ DeMarco describes 3 financial mindsets which he divides into 3 lanes: the sidewalk, the slow lane and the fast lane. The sidewalk represents a life of financial irresponsibility where people live paycheck to paycheck without savings or financial plan. These people can often even appear to seem wealthy because they've got all the gimmicks, flash cars, nice clothes and all that sort of thing. But it's all on credit, the never, and they never really reach freedom because they're always playing catch up, owing and need to keep up the grind just to keep up the payments. Then there's the slow lane, the traditional route to wealth, emphasising saving, frugality and long-term investments like ISAs and I think it's 401s in the States. These are the people who focus on saving small amounts over their lifetime to retire comfortably. And while safe, it often can take decades to yield results. And the sad thing is many often don't even get to enjoy it. We'll just leave that there, but you know what I mean. Then there's the fast lane where people focus on creating scalable businesses, opportunities or investments that generate significant wealth quickly, leveraging time and resources for exponential growth. Film stars, rock stars, highly successful sports personalities are classic examples of people living the fast lane. And it's easy to think, oh, they're just lucky or they had the breaks and everyone in the real world just has to make do. But that's just not true. The problem is most of us are taught to follow the slow lane, get a job, save 10% and hope to enjoy wealth at 65. But the reality is the fast lane isn't just about being rich and famous to be successful. This book shows us the way to achieve financial freedom while we're still young enough to enjoy it in loads of other ways, but with a slight shift in mindset. For example, people engage in e-commerce, software, content creation, products and information on the internet can easily lead highly successful fast lane lives, and it's because of the thing that stood out most for me when I read this book. If you want to make $1 million, affect 1 million people. Now I know that's highly simplistic, but the essence is basically if you want to be truly wealthy, you need to affect a lot of people. The wider your audience, the more you return. It's obvious when you think about it. If you're a local businessman in whatever your niche, your reach is limited. And therefore your opportunity for wealth is limited. But if you can reach many more people and leverage your time, the results can be staggering. Because of the digital age we live in, there's nothing stopping you affecting thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of people all over the world. We've all got the same number of hours in a day, but the fast lane of success comes down to using the time to reach the maximum number of people in the world in the same time that you and I have got. Okay, so let's talk practicalities. How does MJ DeMarco recommend going about it to reach all these people and use leveraging so you're not trading time for money? Well, basically, to make the fast lane work for you, he talks about 5 commandments for creating wealth and true freedom. Commandment number 1, control. You need to be in control. You need to own a business or have investments where you're not dependent on employers or external entities. In other words, you don't let anyone else call the shots. Commandment number 2, the entry to your chosen venture should have high barriers to reduce competition. For example, if something's easy and anyone can do it, lots of people will. So to reduce the competition, it's best to go with something that takes at least a bit of effort to start. Commandment number 3, you need to solve other people's problems, real problems. This is a real bugbear of mine when I hear the fake guru types talking about do something you're passionate about. It's all very well if you're passionate about something that's highly lucrative, but if you're passionate about the feeding habits of a gnat, that's garbage advice. The market pays for value, not your passions. In other words, it rewards solutions, not self-serving ideas. Commandment number 4, time. You should build systems that separate your income from your time. Think automation or scalability. And commandment number 5, focus on opportunities that can grow significantly and reach a large audience. As I said, reach thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of people. Bottom line, if your business meets these criteria, you're well and truly on the fast lane. Now in the book, MJ DeMarco challenges the traditional advice like saving a little every month and waiting decades to enjoy your wealth, because it ignores the potential for leveraging entrepreneurship. Basically, it's a waste of a life's time. Why? Because the slow lane sacrifices the time and freedom. Okay, you might retire rich, but will you have enough energy to enjoy it? The slow lane promises security, but by sacrificing the time and freedom to get there, if you get there, often only leads to wealth at an age where your best days are past you. On the other hand, the fast lane lets you build wealth in years, sometimes quicker, not decades, so you can live life now, not someday. By the way, people often talk about get-rich-quick schemes and throw scorn on them, and often rightly so, but get-rich-quick is not a fallacy. It's absolutely doable. In fact, get-rich-quick should be cherished. The real problem, and what's the real bullshit, is get rich easy. Becoming successful and getting rich is not easy. Unless you win the lottery or inherent wealth, it nearly always requires effort. It comes with a cost and actually doing what it takes to make it happen. That's not easy, but it can happen quickly. So don't scorn get rich quick, scorn get rich easy. And very often the promoters of that sort of crap are the real charlatans. Anyway, getting back on track. The core of the fast lane is value and leverage. Wealth isn't about luck. It's the result of solving real problems for others. The bigger the problem, the more value you create, and ultimately the more money you make. Your income reflects the value you provide to the world. And to scale that wealth, you need to leverage resources such as technology, people, and distribution networks to multiply your efforts. And this is how you break free from the time for money trap. Okay, as I said, the Millionaire Fastlane mindset is not about getting rich easy or get rich easy schemes. It's about execution, effort, and a shift in the way ordinary, average people think. So if you want to break out of what I call break out of average, stop thinking like an employee, start thinking like an entrepreneur. Risk, effort, and adaptability are crucial. And focus on speed and persistence. Which brings me on to another absolute gem that I took from this book. Great ideas are worthless without execution. In short, you need to take risks, adapt, and get to work. Execution beats dreaming every time. This really hit me like a ton of bricks. How many of us have great ideas that we're convinced would make us rich and successful if we did something with them? But that's the problem. Most people don't do anything with them. History is littered with examples of where people have had their ideas stolen and beef when someone else gets all the credit or rewards. But the reality is, in many of those cases, probably the majority of them, they'd have never done anything with their ideas. And without execution, that's all it is, an idea. It's completely worthless if it's not acted on. The people who stole those ideas are often the people who turned them into reality. Harsh but true, but without their dodgy intervention, the idea would have stayed just that, an idea. Okay, so let's talk about how you can apply the fast lane in your own life. Well, if you've got aspirations of being a film star, celebrity, or someone famous to become wealthy, not for a second should you give up on that dream. But for most of us mere mortals, starting a business that follows the 5 commandments, something like e-commerce, software, content creation, or something like that, are far more feasible for most of us. Once you start reaching the world and start seeing results, you can use the profits from your business to invest in passive income streams or investments that don't involve your time. Unlike in the slow lane, where investments are the long-term route to wealth, in the fast lane, investments are an addition to wealth. Do you see? The ultimate goal is not just to be wealthy, but to have the freedom to live your life on your terms, pursue your passions, and spend time with loved ones without financial constraints. And you do that by reaching or affecting, in a good way, many people. Basically, the Millionaire Fastlane is a call to action for anyone willing to challenge societal norms and take calculated risks to achieve extraordinary results. It emphasises responsibility, creativity, and the pursuit of meaningful contributions to create true wealth and genuine freedom. In a nutshell, it's a wake-up call for anyone who's ready to escape the slow grind and take control of their financial future. It's brilliant. I loved it. And if you haven't read it, I think you will too. Give it a try. Now, I did say I'd tell you what else my son said when I offered him $100 or £100 to read this book. The little sod said, no, I'll do it for 200. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be that easy exploited. We're still in negotiations on that one. But it really did please me that he's already understood the power or the importance of negotiating when it comes to business. Something we could all take a lesson from when we wanted to get something better for ourselves. Okay, so there we are. What did you think of these ideas? Are you ready to hit the fast lane? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to share, like, subscribe for more life-changing insights. And if this video has tweaked your interest and sparked a little desire to try something new, you might be interested in this video. I never know which side it's going to come on, where I talk about why everyone should get themselves a domain name, because it can inspire you onto bigger and better things, like something that can reach the world. And on that note, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.